Hey everybody, hustle and grind coming at you on Tuesday here with the beautiful, lovely Cami P Sports and the somewhat okay Joe Madden Sports.
Hey guys.
How you doing, Joe?
I'm incredible. How are you tonight?
Good. So if you don't know, me and Joe are located in Canada. I know we're going to be talking to a lot of our American friends here. I know you guys had a big holiday yesterday. I was on Twitter this morning doing some updates, promoting my free picks. I did not see a lot of people on there, so I'm assuming a lot of our American friends were pretty hungover.
They probably were. Memorial Day is so big in the States. So congratulations for everyone for enjoying your day off yesterday. But we're back at it today. We were back at it yesterday too. So we've got some great games to talk. Wow, one game to talk about right now. So
yeah. So we're gonna go through. We're heavy into the playoffs with the NHL. So we're gonna talk about the Carolina Hurricanes, not the Hurricanes, the Carolina Hurricanes and the Tampa Bay Lightning. I think it's going to be a fantastic game. We got two top end goalies. We got two heavily offensive teams going at each other. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. What do you think, Joe?
Absolutely. Now let's look at the line. So if you're betting Tampa Bay Lightning tonight, you can get them at -105. If you're betting the Hurricanes, it's -115. The under/over is set at 5.5. Now I am going to tell you guys, I am liking a side and a total in this. In the first game, we saw this total go under. It was a 3-1 game win for the Lightnings, but I don't think we're going to see that same sort of style of game in this matchup. We see both these teams are very strong offensively, but we saw more of a defensive game in game one of this series. And I think it was because the Hurricanes could not find any puck movement. They couldn't do those cross-ice passes. The Lightning's defense was breaking up every chance that they got to get some momentum. So I think we're going to see a higher scoring game. I think both of these teams are going to be able to put up the points.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I'm going with the over. I'm 100% on track. That was one of my free picks today on Twitter. Was Carolina Hurricanes to win on moneyline, but I think they're definitely going over. So if you're scared about betting one of the other teams, you're not sure about it, I would definitely pick the over tonight.
Absolutely. I'm loving that over, and you can get the over 5.5 for +105. I want to thank everyone who's watching. We have a lot of people on right now, so thank you for your comments as well. We enjoy getting those in.
Joe, don't let it go to your head. They're here to see me. I am obviously the talent here.
I know they're absolutely here to see you. You look so golden and beautiful today. So thank you for everyone.
It's just the lighting I have. It's all lighting.
Lighting is our best friend. So let's talk about sides.
What's that?
Let's talk about sides in this matchup. We have the Lightning at -105, and we have the Hurricanes at -115. Which way are you leaning in this matchup?
Oh, Hurricanes. I think they didn't have the game they wanted to a couple nights ago, and I think they're coming back strong. Like I said earlier, it's a heavily offensive game on both sides. We got two top-end goalies, but I don't see Tampa Bay holding up on the defensive side the whole night like they did last time, breaking up pucks. I also kind of think that Carolina was a little bit nervous last time, and they were fumbling the pucks a little bit. So they weren't controlling the pace of the game. And I think tonight you're going to see something different. I think it's going to go back and forth a little bit, but I do see Carolina controlling the pace of this game.
Absolutely, and I'm completely with you. I gave out on my card this morning the Carolina Hurricanes at -115. So I'm happy we're on the same page, because normally when we're on the same page, it equals money.
Yeah, no, I think we're pretty good at this.
Yeah, we are. So, okay. What do you want to talk about first? Do you want to talk about yesterday, or do you want to talk about tomorrow? Or sorry,
I want to talk. Let's talk about yesterday first. I mean, that was just absolutely batshit crazy. Well, maybe not crazy. I mean, Toronto's like the Edmonton Oilers. They fall apart in the playoffs, and they just did. I don't think. When was the last time they won a series in the playoff? Was it 94 or 2004? I can't remember. I have my dates mixed up. But either way, it's a long fucking time. They have not done it, and they're not going to do it. They obviously didn't do it this season, and I'll be worried if they do it next season. I mean, you could be saying, Tavares was out in the first game, and he could have been a decision maker. For sure, he could have been. He's a great player. But the way I watched Toronto play the last couple of games was like watching the Oilers play. They did not have puck control. They did not win any of the battles. They were not first to the puck. Montreal skated all over them. And then, of course, Montreal's hero, Carey Price, stole the game, stole numerous games from Toronto. He stood on his head. He proved that he is the best goalie. And I was reading something today. He is the first player in history to make over $10 million per season to win a series in the playoff at that place. Because last time Edmonton did it, McDavid wasn't making $12 million. Or no, he's the first goalie. Goalie. Sorry, I should get my shit together, get my facts straight. First goalie, anyways.
Yeah, I was completely blown away with how well Montreal did yesterday. You're right. Carey Price was the ultimate reason they pushed through. And for them to come out and win those last 3 games is absolutely incredible. It's a very hard feat, right? When you're down that far in the series, because which game did they win? Did they win the first or the second game and then go ahead and win the last 3?
I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm not a huge Toronto fan. I was watching a little bit of the games off and on, but they were still kind of crossing over with the Oilers and the Jets, and I'm an Oilers fan, unfortunately. I'm sorry, people. Don't put that against me, or don't hold that against me. But I also think that Toronto doesn't handle pressure very well because, I mean, if you look at it, Montreal was always the underdog. They were never the favorites to win. They were down a few games. They had nothing to lose. They had everything to gain, whereas Toronto had everything to lose, and they did. They let it get in their head. Price got in their head. You've watched numerous NHL games where they don't get a goal in the first 2 periods, and all of a sudden, it's impossible. They finally get a goal in the third, but unfortunately, they had an empty net, and they got a goal scored against them, and it ended up being 3-1, and they lost the series. But I honestly, I saw this coming. Toronto screws it up. I'm sorry. I want to be more on par with Toronto. I think Toronto was a pretty strong choice to go to the Stanley Cup final for as far as Canadian teams. But you know what? Price proved me wrong, and I think he's going to prove the Jets wrong. And I think he's going. I think he's going to the States to play.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you. They did incredible last night, and I couldn't bet against Carey Price. I took, and actually we both took, because we gave it out on our show, the under 5.5 in that game, which hit beautifully. It was a great bet, and then we didn't have to jump on the side, which I love, but my heart was hoping for Carey Price and the Habs to get through. So congratulations to everyone who was on that side yesterday.
Yeah, we did it with the Bruins too. I was scared to take a team in that. I was a little standoffish, so we bet the under on that, and it worked out really well. So last night was really good. Had a lot of fun watching it and having fun doing our podcast. So it was good stuff. So tomorrow night, that's the big question. We got the Habs, we got the Jets. This is the 2 big questions. The Jets have had days off. They've been sitting for a while now. They're getting healthy. If you had any ailments, they're healing, they're resting, they're working out, they're getting their game together, they're getting their head in the game, they're getting their shit together. The Habs, on the other hand, haven't had a break. They could have ailments, they could be sore, but they're coming off a win streak. They just the best team in the division in 7 games. So it's going to go either way. I just don't know which one it's going to be. So I'm going to be a little bit standoffish and be more of a sissy on this one. And I think we're going to go. What do we say on that one?
We are looking at the under 5.5 at minus 140. Right. It's a little bit high in juice, you guys, but it's going to be a defensive game, definitely in this matchup as they fill each other out, especially in game 1 of round 2. I don't see the offenses pushing majorly. I see the defenses playing super strong and hard and trying to hold off these offenses. So that's my best bet, and I know yours as well in this game.
Yeah, I don't see them getting a lot of goals tomorrow. I think, like you said, they're going to be filling each other out. They're going to be on their heels a little bit more than what they would like to be. They're going to have some offensive pushes for sure, but I think it's going to be on the under.
Yeah, so if we're looking at a side in this, Montreal Canadiens are coming in at plus 115. The Winnipeg Jets right now, you can get them at minus 125. So they are favored. I don't know if they're favored because they are looking at the matchup, so they are the stronger matchup. The Jets average 3.04 goals per game, where the Habs only averaged 2.77. So maybe they're looking at that point right there. But I do think they're pretty evenly matched. They both do well on the power plays, both do well on the protecting that power play as well. So I think right now you've got to look at, is it better to have the rest, or is it better to have momentum? And I don't know. We saw the Avs with rest do fantastic.
Could go either way, you know. That's why I say the under in this game. But I think it's going to come down to goalies tomorrow night. To be honest, both offenses are pretty strong. Both defenses are pretty strong. I think it's going to come down to Hellebuck and Price.
Okay.
So it just depends on who wants it more.
Have they announced if Carey Price is going to be in net for the first game?
I'm not 100% sure. I think he's going to be favored to be in the net. I don't think.
Because if they do what Vegas did and didn't put Fleury and like not put him in net, like Vegas didn't put Fleury in net, I'll be mad.
Yeah, but Fleury could have had a small injury. They didn't want to disclose. They wanted to give him the night off. From what I'm seeing on a few different apps, is Price is going to be starting. Hellebuck is going to be starting. We're going into round 2. Shit's getting serious. So I think it's going to be. I think both starting goalies are on there.
Absolutely. Well, I'm super excited. I know we have 2 more shows coming up tonight. We have G-Dog Sports VIP. We also have Proven Winners on tonight. Do you remember what time those are, Cami P?
Yeah, I think we're going to be going on at 8 and 8:30 Mountain Time. Because they're going to be about 15-minute shows. It's going to be pretty quick. We're going to be going through, diving into the NBA playoffs. We've got some crazy games tonight that we're going to be going over. So if you're interested in that, definitely get on board. Join us a little bit later. Like I said, was it 8 p.m. Mountain Time? So 10 Eastern, and there's going to be a show about. We'll take a break, and there'll be about 10 minutes. There'll be another show right after that with a couple different, very professional, very experienced cappers. These guys are NBA aficionados. Like they know what they're doing. So it's gonna be fun to see what they have to say.
Absolutely. So you guys make sure you join us then. I'm sure we'll touch on who's won these games, because by that time we will see. Well, we should be seeing.
We'll definitely touch on. We're definitely going to touch on the Hurricanes game at that time.
Yes.
Because I want to see what's happened, and it'll be fun to kind of see where we ended up, and to prove that we are giving you the best picks.
Absolutely. So, Cami P, where can everyone find you?
You guys can find me at on Twitter at Cami P Sports, and on Instagram Cami P Sports 365.
Awesome.
Cami P Sports was apparently taken on Instagram.
Who would have known?
There's 2 of us, but only one of them looks like me.
Absolutely. You guys can find me at Joe Madden Sports on all social media platforms. Make sure you turn on the notifications for myself and Cami P. You'll find out all the times this Hustle and Grind show is going live. We are also starting a Pub Night Sports. It will be starting shortly here once quarantine is lifted and we're able to sit inside the pubs and watch these games. You guys don't want to miss it. It's going to be a great, fun show. So stay tuned.
Yeah, we're going to be sending out some advertisements for that as well. So you're going to see some things leading up to that. We'll give you the dates. The dates aren't finalized yet because here in Canada, we are still locked down in some aspects. We're going to try and get the show going sooner than later because it's going to be a ton of fun. We're going to be basically invading people's privacy to talk about sports with them at the pub. So it's going to be fun. We might get told, someone might tell us to fuck off. Some might be more than willing to talk to us. So either way, it's going to be an experience. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I have to tell you, Cami P, if you walked up to my table and wanted to talk sports, I'd definitely talk it with you. And I'm pretty sure the majority of people out there would. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
You're such a sweetheart. And then one last thing before we take off, I do want to give a special thanks to Stables Media. We really appreciate you guys sponsoring us and powering us. I don't know. That sounds always weird when I say powering us, but sponsoring us and letting us use your platform. You guys have been fantastic.
Absolutely. Well, have a great night, and I'll see you later, Cami P.
You too. See you in a little bit.
Bye, guys.